Here I am talking.
I guess we better get right to it. Okay, basically this interview is about guitar injuries and just stuff relating to sort of practice routine and things of that kind of nature. So first question, how much free time do you usually get when you get to a venue and between the actual going on stage?
It really depends on the tour and the show and and how long it took us to drive there and a whole bunch of factors. Sorry, I got a little cough. But I mean, sometimes no time at all. Sometimes we get a few hours. Sometimes we have all day. Like days when somewhat laid back, we have interviews and all that. So I still haven't had a chance to tune my guitars and warm up. It's so cold here that
yeah,
happens.
I can imagine.
But yeah, it just varies.
Yeah, it could vary between an hour and then nothing.
You could have hours sometimes. Sometimes you have plenty of dead time, and sometimes you just no time at all.
Cool.
It just depends.
And so when you do sort of have a lot of time, do you use that time to practice or warm up?
I don't really have a practice or even a warm-up regimen. I just try to get my fingers moving, just try to,
Okay, what sort of things do you go through in terms of getting warmed up and?
I'll usually just play some of the riffs that we play. They're pretty, some of them are a little bit more involved, so they just generally work really well. Plus, I feel if I'm gonna be playing that later anyways, it's good to warm it up and
feel prepared.
It's a good gauge of how warmed up I am as well.
Cool. Let's see. So in terms of you said you didn't have a practice regimen. So even if it's practicing, is it really just the songs for the show again?
It wouldn't. I don't really know how to play much else. I don't have too many exercises, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's see. How much has it changed in terms of how you practice between being on tour and at home? Did you used to practice a lot when you're at home and stuff like that?
I used to way back in the day. Way back in the day, when I wasn't in a band and all that, and I had time,
Yeah.
These days, I barely have time to just record my songs. I'd say my best practice just comes from trying to track songs as tightly as possible. It's really good practice to a metronome. So you have to play no metronome, but in itself is good practice. But I don't really have exercises or anything that I would ramp up to just beating a metronome. It's all just serving a purpose more than anything.
Cool. Sort of to the meat and potatoes of it, have you ever had any injuries from playing guitar, RSI, muscle sort of damage or anything like that?
No, I can't say.
Is there anything?
There was at one point in time when I had a back pain.
Okay, no.
But I don't know what caused that, and it just went away. It wasn't.
Do you think have you generally kept good posture? Could have been anything to do with that?
I always thought I had pretty good posture.
Yeah.
I think it was just maybe not stretching. I try to stretch before I play now.
Cool. Yeah, so do you have separate from guitar? Do you have a general warm up before you get on stage?
I do. I try to just stretch my legs a bit. Just stretch everything. Just get everything loose. Just basic stretching. Nothing too involved.
Cool stuff. Let's see what else we got. Being on tour, what's eating and sleeping? What's that like in terms of?
You're eating a lot of shit. You're eating a lot of junk food, especially in the States. A lot of times you don't have time to get food. You don't have a lot of money. And the most difficult thing is you're hungry, but you're usually playing by the time you'd be eating dinner. So you can only really eat after you load it out and all that. And it's usually so late that only fast food or gas stations.
Okay.
So it's difficult. You have to kind of get creative when you want to eat well. Or have money. It's not a very friendly situation to those who try to eat healthy. There are a lot of bands that do, and that do try. Usually they have more money when they plan around it. It's definitely something you have to make an effort to do. And I think as bands tour more and more, they just get more and more sick. There's certain fast food I just refuse to eat now. So but it's kind of one of the evils, one of the things you just have to deal with, It's just part of the job.
Yeah, fair enough. And on average, how much sleep do you get per night?
It depends, As of late, we've been doing a little bit better. We can get hotel rooms, but still, we might get 4 or 5 hours some nights. Sometimes you'll be just sleeping in the van. You'll never really get excellent sleep or anything like that. But
sorry to talk a second.